What's up, Cowboys Nation and NFL fans everywhere? Buckle up, because what we're about to dive into isn't just another routine offseason update. This is a seismic shift in the landscape of the Dallas Cowboys organization. You heard the headline, big news. Jerry Jones is reportedly set to sign a star player to a staggering $90 million contract, and the entire football world is buzzing with speculation, excitement, and disbelief. This isn't just about adding another piece to the puzzle. This is about Jerry Jones making a bold, emphatic statement that the Dallas Cowboys are going all in for a championship run, and he's sparing absolutely no expense to get it done. As always, Jerry isn't afraid to open the vault when he believes a transformative talent is available, and based on everything coming out of the Dallas camp, this move could be one of the biggest and most controversial signings in franchise history. This deal is massive not just in monetary terms, but in what it represents: a swing for the fences, a win-now mentality, and a potentially game-changing addition that could redefine the Cowboys' competitive trajectory in the NFC. Now, while the player's identity hasn't been officially confirmed, reports from inside sources suggest that Jones is zeroing in on a top-tier talent, someone who can immediately elevate the team and address one of the lingering weak spots that held them back in the postseason last year. And let's not forget the $90 million figure isn't just eye-catching. It's the kind of contract reserved for elite playmakers, game wreckers, and cornerstones of a franchise. So who could it be? That's the $90 million question. Some insiders are whispering about a superstar wide receiver whose chemistry with Dak Prescott could reignite the offense. Others think it's a dominant pass rusher, the kind of edge threat that can change the game in one snap and anchor a defense for years. And there's even chatter that it could be a shutdown cornerback, a true island defender who can lock down WR1s week in and week out and finally give Dan Quinn's defensive scheme the finishing touch it's needed. The speculation is running wild, and rightfully so, because this signing has the potential to shift the power balance in the NFC and perhaps the league as a whole. Fans have taken to social media in droves, and trust me, the reactions have been as passionate and diverse as you'd expect. Some fans are thrilled, declaring this the best move Jerry's made since trading for Amari Cooper. Others are a bit more skeptical, questioning whether this kind of financial commitment is smart given the cap space situation and future contract negotiations with players like Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb looming. But one thing is crystal clear: the Cowboys are in the spotlight once again, and Jerry Jones has masterfully taken center stage, just the way he likes it. Let's talk about timing, too. This isn't just a flashy offseason headline. This is happening with perfect strategic precision. Free agency has slowed down, the NFL draft just wrapped up, and most teams are already locked in with their rosters. But not Jerry. No, Jerry knows when to strike. This late spring move allows the Cowboys to immediately plug in a proven star without relying on untested rookies or hoping for late-round gems to pan out. This is about securing a known commodity, a player with an established NFL RSUM, and integrating them into the Cowboys system with a full offseason ahead to learn the playbook, build chemistry, and hit the ground running come week one. This is Jerry putting his money where his mouth is, showing he still believes in this core group: Doc, Micah, Lamb, Pollard, and now, possibly, a brand new superstar teammate. And it's not just the fans who are reacting. Players around the league are taking notice. Rival NFC teams are privately acknowledging that this move could be a real difference maker. Analysts are re-evaluating their power rankings, and suddenly, the Cowboys are back in the Super Bowl conversation in a big way. Even Vegas oddsmakers are reportedly adjusting future lines in anticipation of the signing. You know it's big when the betting world starts to shift before an announcement is even made official. What's also worth considering is the broader context. Jerry Jones has been under increasing pressure to deliver. It's been nearly 30 years since the Cowboys hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. While they've had flashes of greatness in recent years, playoff disappointments have stacked up. Whether it's heartbreaking losses in the divisional round or being outplayed in big moments, the narrative has been consistent: the Cowboys are talented, but they lack the killer instinct when it matters most. This signing could be the antidote to that problem. A high-caliber player who brings not only talent but leadership, experience, and a championship mentality. Someone who can elevate the locker room and demand accountability at every level. And let's talk about Jerry's mindset. This man is 82 years old, still as sharp and competitive as ever, but he knows the clock is ticking not just on his own legacy, but on this current Cowboys roster. He's not content to sit back and watch another promising season slip away. He wants that ring, and he wants it now. You can see it in every move he's made lately. The restructuring of contracts to free up cap space. The aggressive draft picks. The hard decisions in letting go of aging veterans and bringing in new blood. This signing is simply the latest and boldest step in that plan. And for those of you asking, can the Cowboys even afford this? The answer lies in creative cap management, something the front office has been working overtime on. The likely structure of the deal would front-load bonuses and use void years to spread out the cap hit, meaning the team can still remain competitive in future free agency periods while locking in top talent today. It's risky, sure, but calculated. And that's the key. Jerry isn't just throwing money at the problem. He's investing in a vision. A vision that sees the Cowboys not just winning the NFC East, but going toe-to-toe with the 49ers, the Eagles, and yes, even the Chiefs, Bengals, and Bills. The vision sees it&T Stadium packed in January with the stakes higher than ever, and the Cowboys finally breaking through the glass ceiling that's held them back for so long. Can this mystery player be the missing piece? That's what makes this so electric. We're all waiting to see who it is, and once we know, the analysis will go into overdrive. We'll be looking at tape, stats, how they fit into Mike McCarthy's system, how their presence might free up other players to perform better. Will it take double teams off Micah? Will it open up routes for CeeDee? Will it make Doc's job easier, or give Trevon Diggs more room to gamble and play aggressively? These are the questions that fuel the offseason hype machine, and Cowboys Nation is riding the wave full force. We've already seen celebratory posts from fans online, clips of spontaneous cheers at local sports bars, and even reactions from former players weighing in on what this means for the franchise. This isn't just big news, it's Cowboys big. It's legacy defining. So as we count down the days, maybe even hours, until this deal is finalized and the player is unveiled, remember that these moments, these high stakes, all eyes on Dallas moments, are what being part of Cowboys Nation is all about. It's about believing in the star. Believing that this year could finally be the year. Believing that Jerry Jones, for all the criticism he gets, still knows how to pull off magic when it counts. And whether you love the move, hate the move, or are still on the fence, one thing's undeniable: the Cowboys just became the most talked about team in the NFL once again. And in the world of sports, sometimes being in the spotlight is half the battle. So if you're as hyped as we are, hit that like button, drop a comment below with your guess on who the mystery signing is, and make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell, because we'll be covering every twist and turn of this incredible story. Interviews, film breakdowns, contract details, we've got it all coming your way. This is more than a signing. This is a statement. Jerry Jones has put the league on notice, and the Dallas Cowboys are coming for everything. Buckle up, folks, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Go Cowboys!